it's been an exciting week. I'll tell you about it after. Here we go. I'm going to read November 6th. And I'm sure in the long run, this is going to screw everything up, right? Because I'm reading it to what I want. But this is what comes out to me today, so I'm going to read it. We are not in a position in which we have nothing to work with. We already have capacities, talents, direction, missions, callings. Abraham Maslow, 1908 to 1970. As a psychologist, Maslow saw two faces of human nature, the sick and the healthy. He thought that Freud already covered the sick face of the human experience, so he paid attention to healthy psychology. The 12 steps challenge us to face the destructive facets of our conditions. We don't adopt a morbid preoccupation with our flaws, yet to ignore these facets of addiction could sentence us to repeat history. Today, we add context and consider that even at our worst, we are never without our marvelous characteristics too. Maslow understood the vital need for each of us to accentuate the positive. Each of the shortcomings that we try to shed contains the DNA of our best attributes too. In a way, character defects are just the negative manifestations of personality traits. Why not devote soul-searching and fearless inventory to our unique assets? Sobriety can involve living in the solution, not just fending off the problem. Do we feel a higher purpose guiding us as a result of recovery? What good and unique qualities can we bring to a higher purpose? Without being grandiose, we can be proud of our uniqueness and apply it to the world we live in to make a positive difference in small ways. Right here and right now, can I appreciate the qualities, purpose, and strength I have? Do I have a clear answer if I'm asked, what's so special about you? Well, sorry, it's loud and it's kind of crazy. I'm still kind of waking up to what I've been through. We went to the scene of the crime. I'll tell you about that later. Let's see if I can. It's going to be loud. So sorry. Hold on. Well, as it says, right, we always have capacities, talents, directions, missions, and callings. That's true, right? No matter what we're going through. We have some really unique characteristics on an individual basis, right? So to throw ourselves away with our character defects, because it's talking about character defects, right? And how we have shortcomings and it manifests itself in our personality traits. And soul searching, to devote time to soul searching, doing inventory. And I have to be honest, a lot of the women, like I said, that I go and see and on a weekly basis, well, they're very God-oriented. And some of them are not far enough into their recovery that I can ask someone to, hey, where I would feel comfortable asking them to be a sponsor, right? Because I don't want to have their baggage pulled in. And that's the problem when you're dealing with a psychologist or psychiatrist or someone who you're asking to help you, right? You don't know that they have worse problems than you. I don't want that. So, and I'm not discouraging you from going to a therapist. And on the other side, I'm sure you're saying, well, go see somebody, right? I think you can make a big mistake if you go to the wrong person, right? That's my personal opinion. That's what I feel. If you don't go to the right person, your good and unique qualities will not be seen. And yeah, so I think it's important for you to go to the right person. And I've heard some pretty sad stories, and I've dealt with a therapist who cried the entire time. I'm like, come on, I need something more than your tears. I walked out and I felt more abused because you go through all of the problems that you've been through. So then your body, your mind, it feels all of that all over again. So I just didn't feel like I was getting much help. I like being around people that are healthy, right? That are healthy physically and mentally. And usually when they're healthy physically, their minds are clean too. So I always tend to gravitate to someone who has exercise as I'm not talking 48 hours of exercise. I'm talking about, a good 30 minutes every day, just going and being balanced about it. I find that my destructive facets of my condition, right? I can be my own worst enemy. So it really does take a very patient person to deal with me. My husband is the one that mostly deals with me, and vice versa. We are our own helpers in a lot of ways, and I know I tire him out. He gets tired of me. I mean, you can't help it. We've been married for 300 years. Oh, crumb, I have to get a Kleenex. Hold on. My nose is running. Hold on. I know, and I think that's where patience comes in, right? With family members. We all have to be patient with each other, and friends have to be patient with each other. It's not easy. I like the point where it says we don't adopt a morbid preoccupation with our flaws. Some of us have more flaws than others. And so to ignore these facets of addiction can sentence us to repeat history, right? So we don't want to look at the flaw all the time. We want to look at we want to see the resolution. We want to find the answers. And sometimes it's just staying quiet, right? Being able to stay quiet with ourselves. Maslow understood the vital need for each of us to accentuate the positive. So we have to look at the good things that we do and that we have inside of our personalities. And we want to bring those out, right? So that will help us to, if we always look at the negative, we're never going to get anywhere, right? We have to look at the things that we can do. Because if we looked at all the things that were off with us, would we even do anything? Would we get out of bed? No. So, it's important for us to climb out of whatever it is that we're in and look at the positive. On that note, I want to wish you a wonderful week. I only got to do one reading this week because, well, I've been kind of preoccupied. I'll tell you about it. I hope all is well. I hope your families are doing well. I'll cut all of this and see where I can clean it up. And I hope you're safe. I hope that you're thriving. Follow your bliss and be good humans.